It is 1 p.m. in Damascus. It's noon in Copenhagen. Hello, I'm Monita Rajpal.
And I'm Zain Verjee. This is World One live from London.
But first, a Syrian opposition group says government forces fired the shells that killed 9 people, including a French journalist in the city of Homs on Wednesday. Gilles worked for France TV2. The network said he was killed while covering a pro-government rally. He is the first Western journalist to die in Syria. The Arab League are meant to be checking whether Syria is keeping its promise to end the violence, but some of its monitors are frustrated. One told Reuters the mission is a failure. U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton agrees. She's calling for the Arab League to pull out. Observers went to the scene of Wednesday's attack in Homs and are preparing a report on the incident. A video has surfaced online that appears to show 4 U.S. Marines urinating on the bodies of 3 dead men. This is an image taken from the 39-second clip. We don't know who filmed it or where it was shot, but the 4 appear to be wearing U.S. Marine combat gear and can be heard joking about what they're doing. A U.S. military official in Afghanistan would not comment on the video's authenticity, but said an investigation is underway. CNN's Nick Payton-Walsh is in the Afghan capital, Kabul. But first, we want to speak to CNN's Barbara Starr, who joins us now from the Pentagon. Barbara, so we understand an investigation is underway. Talk to us about what it's going to take now to authenticate or verify this video.
Well, Monita, good morning. There is a full military criminal investigation underway now, and they are going to really hone in very quickly on
outrage in Nigeria over the soaring cost of petrol, and now trade unions are threatening to disrupt oil output. They are angry at the government for getting rid of fuel subsidies. The price of petrol doubled at the start of this month. A mass strike to demand the reinstatement of subsidies is entering its 4th day. In some parts of the country, the anger has turned to violence. We want to bring in CNN's Vladimir Duthiers. He's live for us now from the capital in Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria, Lagos. So Vladimir, talk to us a little more about these strikes. They had threatened at the very beginning that would be indefinite. We're in the 4th day now, and they're becoming more violent. We want to bring your attention to the other side of the continent now, and according to the British government, more than $300 million has been paid in ransom money to Somali pirates over the last 4 years. So who are the pirates? Where is their money going? And who eventually ends up benefiting? British think tank Chatham House has been looking at satellite images of Somalia to help answer these questions. And this is what they found. Look at this picture here of the Somali town of Isle. The one on the left was taken in 2005, and this one here on the right shot in 2009. And you can see in the more recent photo, new buildings have appeared, roofs have been reinforced, and high walls have sprung up. Chatham House says it is highly likely the money behind these developments came directly from piracy. Now, here's the small, impoverished settlement of Hobyo, and just 4 years separate these 2 images, but the differences between them is clear. Some homes reflect more affluence, there are new walled compounds, and there are more buildings and cars. And the most significant addition is this heavily secured communications mast. Zain?
Monita, Dr. Anya Shortland is a senior lecturer at London's Brunel University, and she joins us now to talk a little bit more about this new report. Great to have you on our show. Give us a little bit more detail about who benefits and how exactly this is happening.
Well, I've been looking at market data to tell me how widespread the benefits from Somali piracy are, whether there's just a few people consuming or whether there is many consuming, whether there's a trickle down.
U.S. Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner was in Japan on Thursday to build support for sanctions against Iran. The United States is trying to squeeze Iran's nuclear program by curtailing Tehran's ability to sell oil abroad. Japan's finance minister said his country is willing to reduce the amount of oil it buys from Iran. Now, the agreement means Japan's government has to play a delicate balancing act. Kyung-la explains why from Tokyo.
Japan gives a thumbs up to a U.S. request in dealing with Iran. Japan has agreed to start.
500,000 people in Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince, are waking up in makeshift shelters this Thursday, still destitute exactly 2 years after a catastrophic earthquake. Remembrance ceremonies will be held today amid concern that reconstruction efforts are just taking too long. It was the Caribbean nation's worst ever disaster, affecting some 3 million people. The quake destroyed 1.5 million people's homes. The sprawling tent cities that sprang up to house them are still there. Over 300,000 people died because of the disaster, thousands of them killed by a cholera epidemic, and over 1,000 orphan children have been taken to other countries. Now, among the challenges for Haiti right now is to get foreign governments to deliver on the $4.6 billion that have been pledged, that's worth of aid that they promised. Little more than a third of that has come through so far, and to deliver desperately needed jobs and housing. Zain. Followers of English football will know that Liverpool have been bitter rivals with Manchester United for decades. Now it seems the Reds are making an enemy of Manchester's other big club. Alex Thomas is here with more on that and the day's other stories. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't want to start pointing fingers, but it's fair to say that relations between Manchester City and Liverpool football clubs is arranged.
They're so articulate. So articulate. Just say what they want.
Can you step up, Punk, and do the coming up?
You call him Punk.
Thanks, guys. You're watching World One live from London.
Right here on Earth. Right here on Earth, indeed. Well, from stuttering kings to ironclad prime ministers, British history has been taking the silver screen by storm. Now, Madonna has become the latest filmmaker to delve into the country's past, as Neil Curry reports.
It's a busy time for movie premieres in London. Within the space of
possessed some incredible magic quality for a man to give up so much.
Pretty to look at, but not fun to travel in. Mari, thank you so much. Now, if you're a stickler for punctuation, look away now. After 30 years in the business, the UK bookstore chain Waterstones is ditching the apostrophe from its name. The company says it makes sense in the digital age of email and internet, but grammar lovers are up in arms.
Absolutely. That's Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, watching World One live from London. I'm Zain.
I'm Monita Rajpal. Thank you for joining us. We will update you the news headlines at the top of the hour. You're watching CNN.